The Japan Pro has let out. Theo Laguerria is your Japan Pro champion. He punches his ticket to the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Who came in second? Alfred Shiriak came in second. Number 3 was Shumang Yang. Lian Yang. He has 2 names, apparently. He has 2 names. Japan Pro has let out, and Theo Laguerria is your Japan Pro champ. He punches his ticket to the 2024 Mr. Olympia. It was actually pretty good for him because he could use some time off. I think if he takes some time and really devotes time to putting muscle mass on, he could really be dangerous next year. And I think he should take some time off and actually do that. Otherwise you're just going to be kind of on that paradoxical treadmill. You're just kind of going nowhere fast. If he takes a long off season and puts some muscle on, he'll be a dangerous bodybuilder. There's no question about it. All right, the show, who I didn't know, was the promoter was Hide Yamagishi. Hide. Finally got his name right. I can't promise you I'm going to get everybody else's name right in this lineup. It's just a lot of difficult names to pronounce, but which was pretty good. He actually gave pretty decent prize money for a show. I think Theo took home 16,000, right? And from what I understand, the production value was pretty good. The lighting was pretty good, so he did a good job. And it's probably because he's a bodybuilder himself. He was a former bodybuilder himself, so he probably understands what is needed in a good bodybuilding show. So hats off to Hide. Okay, so Theo wins. I mean, he looked good. He always looks good. So Theo wins. Second is Alfred Shiriak. He looked great too. Alfred Shiriak is another guy who I truly believe that if he takes some time off and puts some muscle on, he's going to be dangerous. He's a Romanian bodybuilder with great structure and dense, hard muscle. He's always on point with conditioning. So he puts 10, 15 pounds of muscle on, and he will be a dangerous bodybuilder. So we'll see. Number 3, China's own Xiaoming Yang. He looked good. He looked great. He's got a lot of dense muscle. He just has to work on some conditioning, but he has a tremendous physique, a lot of dense, hard muscle, round muscle. And number 4 was Roman Fritz. Roman Fritz he's got to take some time off. This was his 10th pro show of the year, and he really looked, he looked tired. His body looked tired. It was flat. He was stringy. His muscles were not full. You could tell his body's been beaten up from dieting all year long. I mean, kudos to him for doing 10 shows, but after some time, you have to realize that, you got to take time off. And hopefully he's another guy who takes a long off season and puts some muscle on, because he's another guy that if he puts 10, 15 pounds on, he's going to be dangerous. These guys come in shape. They come in great shape, but they just don't have the size to battle with the big boys. And guys like Theo, Roman, Alfred, if they take a long off season and put the muscle on and work on their flaws, they will be dangerous bodybuilders. That's for sure. Another thing, guys, is stop holding. Why do you have to hold hands? Like Theo and Alfred are holding. I hate that. This isn't a Miss America pageant. Nobody's gonna bring you flowers when your name is called out. Stop holding hands. Well, then again, today's day and age, you might be able to win a Miss America pageant. Although I think the last one was an actual biological woman that won. So, but anyway, so this is the last pro show of the season, and honestly, thank God. Like these shows are just getting. It's like they think they're running out of countries to hold them in. I mean, it's all right. I love bodybuilding, but when the season ends in close to December and starts at the end of February, you only got a small window of time for a season, an off season, right? Well, for us, for me, for the critics and the podcasters and whatnot, right? So I'm kind of glad that it's over. And plus, look, let's be honest. The talent pool was not deep in this lineup. It really was. It was not deep in this lineup. Once you got past, Roman Fritz, it really fell off. So I mean, it's great that we have the contest to check out, but if we're going to be very honest, the talent pool wasn't deep, and nobody was even really paying attention to this one. Not a lot of podcasts were even covering it, but I am always going to cover the shows because this is what I do. It's going to be pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, what's next? Like, are you going to have a show on the Galapagos Islands or something like that? Pango. IFBB Pro streaming live from Pango. Now, just end it and let's start fresh with the Arnold Classic. First week of March or last weekend of February. I think it's always the first weekend in March or something like that. I don't remember. And it'll be actually pretty interesting to see because, as I said before, we know Samson's doing it. There's rumors floating around that Hadi Chupin is doing it. So it'll be a very, very interesting kickoff to the 2024 bodybuilding season. So remember, like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell so you get all the content from this guy. And when you subscribe, you are officially part of my Muscle Militia. And yes, I'll be making t-shirts up shortly. They'll be coming in the next few weeks. And then once I have one, if you guys want to order them, believe me, I will wear it on. It'll say Muscle Militia with my little insignia. And you guys could order them, get one for yourself. People are like, who's that? You'd be like, oh, it's the most handsome bodybuilding podcaster. All right, screw you guys. You know what I mean. Later. Sihin Yam Hoyan. How am I going to pronounce these names? Surgeon Gion. How am I? Katuka. I can't pronounce these names. Jorge Abraham Trejo Reyes. He's American. I can't pronounce. Shumang Yang. Lian Yang. He has two names, apparently. He has two names. All right, let's start over. All right.